Can you talk to us a little bit about the course, the history of the course, and maybe even a little bit about what's different this year in the course?
Well, the course itself, we developed almost 10 years ago because we felt such a need for attorneys, especially in divorce, to understand financial aspects of divorce, because finances play such an important part in many of the divorce cases today. So we designed the course in conjunction with the AML to bring some of the top speakers and attorneys from the city to talk on financial issues. And this year we have really, I think, probably one of the strongest schedule of topics that we've had in a long time. I think we're going to cover areas such as cross-examination of the financial expert, but not in the typical way of a general lecture. This time we're going to actually be filming in a courtroom a actual mock trial, and then take that, transform it into a presentation where we'll take bits and pieces of that filming and discuss the do's and don'ts as you see it live.
It's great. So we're going to use technology to some degree to be able to start and stop, to allow people to flow in and out of the idea. Michael and I were talking earlier about the learning tools that are available for us these days, and obviously doing something like that is much better than just doing a mock witness evaluation or a mock court presentation.
Yeah, this here is going to be a first time. I think it's going to be one of the highlights of this year's presentation. Additionally, we have some really important topics such as the impacts on retained earnings in a divorce case, which has gotten a lot more awareness over the past year because of certain cases that have come up. And we'll be discussing how that impacts one's case. We're going to go back into personal goodwill and how you develop personal goodwill in a case. There's so much confusion in that area. We're also going to talk about reconciling economic income, which plays a big important part in most cases, and especially when you have a business valuation and how the two tie together and how you can use your expert to get the information you need to properly prepare for your case. And finally, the Judges Roundtable, which is always a big hit at our seminar because it gives the attendees an opportunity to really get a view from the bench as to what the judges are thinking about different financial topics. And we don't just get one judge, we get the judges from all the different counties, so you can get a flavor from the different counties, what's the views are from the bench, from Lake County, DuPage, Cook County, McHenry County, Kane County. Very good insight, one of our more popular segments of the seminar.
Great. And you know, Michael, I know you're keynoting this year, and we talked a little bit about what's going on for lawyers today with their businesses, how difficult it is to maintain those businesses, how difficult it is to actually collect fees on those businesses. And I know this year you're bringing in the distinguished Bob Markoff as a part of your keynote to talk about collections and to talk about the difficulties that lawyers face today in that particular area. So could you talk to us about that?
Sure. First of all, Patrick, I want to just thank you and ICL for all of the tremendous support that you've given to UHY and to the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers in helping us put this seminar together. It really wouldn't be possible with the efforts of you and your staff. With respect to the seminar this year, we have some wonderful topics and speakers, as Mr. Richman has already indicated. What's unique for me is when I was a first-year attorney at the law firm I'm still with, I went to a collection seminar, and the keynote speaker back then in 1995 was Bob Markoff. And he was always known as the guru, so to speak, of collection law. And it's really a pleasure for me to be able to speak with him, especially in this sort of an economy, because presently, as everyone is well aware, the economy is tough. You know, there's certain reports that are saying it hasn't been this bad since the Great Depression. You know, collecting attorney's fees is always something which is difficult at best for people in our particular field, and in the past 3 or 4 years it's become even more difficult. So we thought it was very appropriate to bring in arguably the best in Bob Markoff to really teach us how do we get ahead of collecting our attorney's fees and costs? How do we not fall behind? And when we do, what's the best strategies to catch back up? And then once you have a judgment or an order for your fees, how do you collect it? Because getting the judgment or the order is just the first step. Collecting it is a whole nother ballgame. And he has some absolutely wonderful ideas for us, and his course materials are just fantastic.
And one of the things I really love the most about this course is it's actually an opportunity outside of the courtroom where you bring some of these judges in, and there's networking opportunities for each and every delegate that comes to this. And on top of that, I think that they get to know these judges a little bit as people, as human beings, and what they're doing in their courtroom, as you said, without it being under the stress of actually being in the courtroom at that particular time. So can you talk to us a little bit about how you came up with that idea and how you've kind of built upon that idea over the last few years?
Well, the whole concept of when we wanted to build a course was not only just present technical information, but present it how it ties into your day-to-day practice. How can I take the technical information and use it to serve my clients in day-to-day practice? And one of the best ways was not only from getting the technical information, getting the top attorneys who are out there using the information to present it, and then also get the views from the bench, how they perceive how you're presenting this information, how do they perceive the importance of this information, so that you can better then service your client. And that's really the goal. And able to tie all these elements together, I think what makes our course so much different than any other financial course out there today. For example, we also have a session on this one on using social media and technology in divorce. Very unique, first time session that we're having, and we're going to be having James Grogan, who is the Deputy Administrator and Chief Counsel for the ARDC, who is also going to be talking on that topic. So you can see we try to get current and stimulating topics to help the practitioner in serving their client and handling their cases. So we hope that people take this information away, can use it as a resource guide, and be better in serving their clients going forward.
I think that's fantastic. What a great summation of what you feel would be a takeaway for a lawyer to attend this course come this January the 17th. Michael, just in summation, can you give us a couple of ideas about why you feel this course is important for the lawyers in Illinois to be at, and what you know about the course?
Well, of course, and what's important to note is that Mr. Richman and his staff started this seminar many, many years ago before continuing that legal education was required in the state of Illinois, and they gear this particular seminar towards experienced practitioners. So you're getting a higher level of content and speakers, and in doing that, you can really explore some issues. In fact, oftentimes, as Mr. Richman can attest, the question and answer sessions take the seminar to a whole new level because of the level of people that are speaking and the people that are in the audience. For example, and we always save it for the end, but the judges roundtable, the network, we also have, it's a lot of times you'll just have the judges opining on something like maintenance. They'll get a fact scenario, they get a few minutes, and then they don't get to talk to each other, and you find out, for example, on maintenance, under a particular fact scenario, what one judge would award in monthly maintenance. And we run the gamut from, $1,000 to $20,000. And it's interesting to see which judges from which districts will come up with the different numbers, but also, this time we're also doing child support and we're doing college expenses. So you really get almost the financial trifecta when it comes to support for the spouses and the children.
Another key aspect, and Michael kind of touched on it, is networking. One of the also key is, and we did two things. One, we have a number of sponsors that have services to assist divorce attorneys in their practice that have supported the seminar over the years. Additionally, a lot of the law firms now also sponsor what we call a cocktail party at the end of the seminar, where it gives an opportunity for the divorce attorneys to network with other divorce attorneys and to talk about issues and talk about things that they're experiencing, so that everybody can share this experience to make themselves a better divorce attorney. So this networking ability among your own peers, I think, is really key, and also have an opportunity to network with sponsors who provide products to make your practice better.